Hey everyone, welcome back to the Honesty Club. We're having
a happy Thursday.
It is.
You know, for you.
For you. And it's Monday night for us. Which we don't usually do nighttime.
We don't usually do Mondays and we don't usually do nighttime. But here we are.
We're a little thrown, but it's okay.
Working with what we got.
Yeah. Kelly's got some plans for the week.
Yeah. We're taking our first road trip. Well, technically.
How?
Depends on what you consider a road trip.
Sure. How often do you need to stop on a road trip? Like, you know, off on the side of the road?
Probably like every 2 hours. I think so.
Okay.
Because if we leave right after she eats, and then she can go for like, I think it'll be like 2 hours.
Okay.
Maybe a little less, you know.
Yeah.
But.
And you've got to find some quick stops, huh?
That's true. Although we might just like, you know, figure out what time that is.
Yeah.
And find a place in advance.
Yeah.
And then just stop there.
Got it.
Might be easier that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to take a few stops. So
yeah.
And who knows? Like, you know, it's unpredictable really. Especially with the baby. So
yeah.
We'll see what happens. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do it.
Okay.
We're excited. We're going to Louisiana.
Yeah.
See my family. It's actually my grandmother's 90th birthday.
Amazing. Iconic.
So I'm excited to celebrate her.
Yeah.
And see everybody.
Yeah.
There's actually my brother's family, like my sister-in-law, my nieces and nephews, they haven't seen her yet.
Right.
My brother has, but not my sister-in-law. Yeah. So they're excited.
Aw.
Yes.
That'll be great. You'll stay at your parents' house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
I know. So that'll be good.
Yeah. And you're getting enough days under your belt to like make the trip worth it.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the thing.
Well, we did a little birthday trip this past weekend, which was super fun. Yeah, we went to the hill country. It was kind of like a mini repeat of last year.
Yeah.
But it did feel a little different because like we didn't stay in the same area. We stayed in Austin.
Okay, yeah.
So we got a hotel in Austin. It was like a little boutique hotel, which I'll get into it.
Tell us.
I have some
thoughts.
Angst.
Okay.
But it's all good. It was a cute trip, you know.
Okay, yeah.
It was fun. So we based out of Austin. We went tubing the first day, which is what we did last year, which I feel like is a good way to like kind of kick off the trip.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you, tubing. Okay. So we didn't want to go 4 hours because we hadn't had lunch.
Oh,
we had just had some snacks, and I don't know, like we weren't trying to make this like our whole day.
Right. No.
So we were like, let's just do like a 2-hour tube.
Yeah.
You know, and so the lady was like, if you like drive down the campground roads a little bit more and get in at this other part, then that's going to shave like an hour and a half or 2 hours off your trip.
Okay.
We're like, okay, deal. So we basically drive down just like a little bit more and we get in at the rapids.
Oh.
So remember last year we were floating and then it got fast and whatever.
That was the funnest part.
It was the funnest part. So, and then there are some, a few rapids after that, like the bridge, and there are a few more spots, but like that's the main spot. So we get in like right before that. Well, first of all, it's kind of hard to get into the rapids.
Oh, I bet. You're like slipping everywhere.
Well, like we're trying to get in, but the water's like trying to take your tube.
Oh no.
So I'm trying to get situated and like, flop back into it. I got my cup.
Oh my God.
And we're trying to leave at the same time.
You're pregnant.
Peter and I are trying to go at the same time. So we're not like, fully lost. Anyway.
Exactly.
So it took us a few tries. We kind of took off together.
Okay.
So I'm just like hanging on to his tube or whatever. And I think whenever you're going through some kind of like rapids, you shouldn't try to hang on to each other.
No, probably not.
So he starts to get like swept into like the main, shootout area. And I get stuck because it's more shallow.
Oh no.
So I get stuck. So I just let him go. And I'm like, I'll get
catch
there.
Up.
Yeah. But then I'm in the tube and I'm like trying to scoot and it's like, it's really going. Okay. So I don't know. It's just like really intense water and I'm trying to scoot and like get myself unstuck and I'm not able to like move.
Oh no.
Also, just being in that position, I'm realizing I don't have like my core advantage.
No.
of like moving it. It's just like this belly, and then I'm hanging on to my cup, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't. And then this little kid's watching me.
Oh no!
From the sidelines, he's like, you gotta walk over and like get in. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So I ignore him and I try to scoot because I'm like, I'm not gonna get up and walk in the middle of this because it's like so fast moving.
You would slip.
Right. But then it becomes clear. We see Peter. He's so far out now. And I was like, oh my gosh, now maybe I gotta do it. So I try to stand up.
Please don't tell me.
I try to stand up and like move over. Like the first step I take, one of my feet just shoots down into the middle of a rock, and like it hurts so bad. Anyway.
Ouch.
And then I'm trying to like hold my tube that's trying to take off.
Yeah.
And I've got my Yeti cup again, which is a Yeti. It's not a handle, so I'm holding it like a fat cup. Okay. So anyway, I'm trying to hold on to the tube. Ugh. It's literally trying to leave me. And I'm just like, I cannot get this position behind me to like fall back into it.
Yeah.
Because it's shooting this way. It's like in front of me.
Oh, this
and
is not good.
I can't control. Yeah. My foot is in pain. Oh, but gosh. I just rammed it out. And so I'm like, and then there are some people, you know how they have like the little tents out there kind of like in the water, and they're just hanging out.
Absolutely.
So there is a group that's like kind of watching.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, this is Peter. I see him so far out. He can't stop.
No, he can't come back.
No, he can't come back. And I was like, this is the only way that it's going to work. I held my Stanley or my Yeti cup, and I held the other tube in my hand, and then I let go of the tube and I belly flopped into it and like went face first.
Oh my gosh. That was a risk.
It worked.
I'm so glad.
I was like, either my butt's going to take on the rocks or my belly is.
Exactly.
But
that would have been
we were
so
good.
bad.
We were good, and it worked.
Oh my gosh. I can't even think about that. Yeah. Didn't that kind of happen to Peter last year?
Yeah.
He was like way behind because he got stuck at one point.
He did, and apparently like he really got pummeled on the rocks. Like he really got.
Yeah.
So this year they were like, do you want a tube that has a seat in it or not a seat?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't really know how the seat's going to work because I kind of want to be cool the whole time.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's do one of each.
Oh.
So he had a seat in his, which retroactively, if I could have gone back, I would have gotten a seat.
Really? Because that's the way to go.
Would have solved all my problems.
That's true.
Because I wouldn't have to like deal with my butt getting stuck on the rocks.
You're right.
Also, it would have helped to like just set my can down in it and then have two arms to like paddle.
Yeah.
And my can wouldn't like go anywhere.
No.
But in the open air,
it's gone.
It was too. So anyway, lessons learned.
It's always that way.
Lessons learned.
I'm glad you made it.
We had a great float after that.
That's good.
And lots of laughs.
Because that is a wild time.
I finally caught up with Peter. He kind of like got off to the side, and then he caught me. Okay. And then I got to like turn over. And
he wasn't just like, go on.
Fix my sandal. My sandal was like jammed up around my ankle. Like it was like the little Tevas shoes.
Yes.
But like the front strap was like up around my ankle because it got jammed like that far up.
Did you have a bruise or anything from?
No, but my toes hurt. For days.
That hurts, and it's scary because you don't have any balance.
Yeah,
because it's slippery. There's rocks.
It was insane.
Not good at all. Well, glad you made it.
Thank you.
To the end. Yeah, and in your tube. That is crazy.
Yeah.
So what else did y'all do?
That night we just kind of hung out. I feel like we went to Chick-fil-A.
Amazing.
Hung out in the hotel, played some games on our phones.
Fun.
Like the little, I don't know, the games you can play in the text messages.
Oh, I forgot it. Remember?
Yeah, exactly. We were doing it during COVID a lot.
Yeah, we did that a lot. That was fun.
So we were like playing back and forth like Battleship. And,
yeah.
I don't know, like word searches and stuff like that.
That was a great time.
So that was fun. Then the next day we went to Fredericksburg.
Oh, yes.
So it was our Fredericksburg day. So we got up and drove out there, and it was a great day. I mean, it was super fun. We got coffee and then kind of just hit a bunch of stores.
Amazing.
Fredericksburg is like They are on their game as far as the small Texas town.
Absolutely.
They're the only ones.
So cute.
Yeah, and it's like spacious and like well manicured and like the stores are good.
Yes.
I'm like, how did they get everybody on board with this to be like
don't know.
On their game?
It's great. I really want to go during Christmas one day. Because I just think that's going to be great. Absolutely. I went in the fall and that was wonderful, but yeah, man, Christmas I think is where it's at.
Yeah.
It'd be like Hallmark.
Exactly.
In my eyes.
Yeah. No, anyway, it's so cute. We went into some stores. You know how they have the stores that have like all these samples?
Yes.
So I was kind of going through them. Peter is very hit or miss with samples. Like I kind of have to force him into it. At least even at Costco, I'm
What's
like, here.
His thing about it?
And he's like, that person didn't look like they were trustworthy enough to serve me a sample. Or like.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't trust their hands.
Yeah. Or like if the product just looks like it's sitting there, I don't know.
I get that.
He's kind of like, I just. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But anyway, I found this one like spread and it said banana bread, honey butter or something. Banana nut bread, honey butter.
Oh.
And I was like, banana nut bread is his favorite. Like he's a banana nut bread man.
Yeah.
That oatmeal raisin cookies, carrot cake, like the man.
Yep. He
loves a fruity dessert. So I was like, hey, you want to try a sample? I'm pretty sure he said no. But I was like, I'm going to make him I'm going to make him try to do it. So there were like little pretzels there. And so I scooped some out. And I like made him one, made me one. I just acted like he said yes. I don't know. I just handed it to him. So he like reluctantly tries it. And he was like, that is stupendous. Like he was obsessed with it. I was like, okay, we're buying it, clearly. So we bought him like a jar of it. He's like getting after it. He's like, oh my gosh. It's just like the best thing I've ever tasted.
Wow. I bet Matthew would love that too, because that's
we have some.
His favorite thing too.
Really? Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, I'll have to get him to.
Usually anything banana.
Really?
He loves.
Banana's like not my favorite.
Really?
But I mean, I like a banana nut bread, but like, it's not my favorite.
Yeah. No, I do love banana muffins or bread.
Yeah.
Banana flavored things?
No.
Not exactly.
Like banana Laffy Taffy?
No. That's Matthew. He thinks that's the best flavor. No. Like you. But the weird thing is, actually, no.
You know the thing about bananas? You know, wait.
No.
Okay. Say what you were going to say.
I was just going to say, I was surprised that he didn't like the banana olipop. But actually, I take it back.
I like it.
Because I think he tried it the other day, and he was like, oh, no, it's not as bad as I thought.
No, I think it's actually good.
So I take it back.
I was going to say.
What's the thing about bananas?
Okay, so the banana Laffy Taffy. People are like, this doesn't even taste like banana. Like it tastes like a random banana flavor. Well, apparently, I just see her like head. That's funny.
Giving her some hair,
tousled hair.
Yeah, I bet. Probably sweating.
That looks like Trump in the wind. So apparently banana, like back in, I don't know, 50s or 60s, there was like this giant disease and it wiped out all of our native bananas here.
Oh my gosh.
And apparently the bananas used to taste like that. But now we had to get some kind of imported banana. So it's a different breed of banana.
What?
So the banana that we know
is not what it used to be.
Is not what it used to be. And it used to taste like Laffy Taffy. That's when they formulated the flavoring for that banana.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Different. Yeah.
But honestly, I'm glad it tastes like what it does today.
Yeah. I'm down. Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah.
To me.
Now, let me just make the one little downside of the trip.
Yeah.
And it's not a big deal. I had to get over it. I had to walk through scarcity and disappointment and make it to the other side.
Okay.
But our hotel.
Yeah. Oh, okay. This is what you were going to come back to.
You had to valet park.
That's
$45 a night. For parking.
That's where they get you.
No, that's insane, right?
That's crazy.
I'm like, I want to park it on the street. And Peter's like, we just got this car. Like, I'm not parking on the street in Austin. I'm like,
he's like, we're paying it.
Literally. I was like,
that's
so
crazy.
Annoying. Just $45 to just go drive in the garage. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'll drive it in the garage.
Right. Exactly. There wasn't that option, like self-park?
No.
Yeah. That's where they get you.
Oh my gosh.
I've stayed in some places like that. And you're just
kidding me.
That's really annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate that. Wait, okay, so you also got to go to the restaurant with the sausages.
Oh, yeah, in Fredericksburg, sorry. So I'm not sure if I got the sausage plate that you were telling me about, because you're kind of describing it as like sausage options.
Yes, there was a lot of different ones.
But we got like, it was basically sausage on a baguette, link of sausage on a baguette with like sauerkraut and onion and mustard and pickles.
Yes, yum.
And so we were like, let's split this. And our waitress was German.
Yes.
She was like, it is so big. Yes, you need to split. So she gave us
authentic there.
Yeah, it was delish.
Wow, great.
Just big sausage platter.
I know.
Then for dessert, we did some other shopping, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
We were like, I wanted a peach dessert, and I wasn't finding like peach. I don't know.
There's one place would be everywhere,
right? I know,
because their whole thing is peaches.
Anyway, so I looked up on Yelp like peach ice cream, and there was a place that has peach ice cream, but it was more of a diner vibe. It was gonna be like my birthday. Yeah, I don't know. I wanted a cuter thing.
Yeah.
So we found some kind of like peach house. I think we passed it last time.
Yeah.
It was called Das Peach House.
Yes.
Yeah.
I went there last time.
They had like a peach market, and then
yes,
on the inside they have like maybe like a winery, brewery or something, and then they also serve like peach cobbler. So we stopped in there for dessert. Do I need to stop? Or okay. So we stopped in there for dessert, and
how was it?
It was delicious.
What'd you get?
Peach cobbler and ice cream.
Perfect. When I went the last time outside, first of all, it was freezing. It was like a crazy cold day for whatever reason. And they had like a band playing outside.
Oh, wow.
And so fun. People were sitting and watching, but not a lot because it was so cold. I felt bad for the band because they probably weren't. I don't think they were expecting the cold front, because I don't think anyone really was. It was like all of a sudden it's cold.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this would be so fun. But it's so freezing right now.
Yeah.
Poor things.
We were trying to sit outside, and then like a thunderstorm came in, like lightning struck like at the lake, and we were like, let's go sit on the patio. Like, we're not gonna
absolutely not. That's also the cool part. They had a little lake,
right?
And
lots of big trees.
It's a nice, good vibe.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Love it.
And then on my birthday, we kind of hung around Austin.
Yeah,
I got a facial.
Amazing. In Austin?
Yeah.
Cool.
And we went to Grimaldi's.
Love it.
And hung out.
Yay.
And then came home. So it was very fun.
Great. How did you feel your birthday went this year?
Great. I love to be out of town on my birthday.
That's good.
Yeah.
Glad you got to do that.
Yeah. I didn't really necessarily feel like it was my birthday. I don't know.
I feel that. Yeah. It came. Yeah. Mine did. It came quickly, and then I was like, oh, it's here.
You're like, it's here and it's gone.
Yeah.
I'm also good with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was very chill. I
didn't really care.
Just kind of came and passed. And I was like, okay.
This is 33, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I was like, okay. That feels fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It helps to be out of town. If you're home, you're like a little bit existential.
Yeah.
You're kind of like,
what am I 33?
Doing? Yeah. What am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
Who am I? Why am I not somewhere?
Yeah.
Is this a reflection of how I'm perceived to the world? And
why is everyone not over at my house?
Yeah, you're kind of like, it can't be like the same day that you always have.
Yeah, no, it's so true.
Anyway,
it's got to be different in some way.
Yeah. So
good times.
It was great.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm so glad.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, jumping right in. Today we are going to talk about bridesmaids. So we asked you guys some questions.
Yeah.
We kind of just wanted to know basically what the vibes are for being bridesmaids.
Right.
One, what are the expectations? Yeah. And are they different for everybody? Or are there really some maybe more set in stone?
Yes.
Of what's expected of you? Yeah.
I don't know the answer to those questions.
Okay.
However, one thing that is true, I think, about today, people are going crazier. They are trying to be the TikTok influencer wedding.
Yeah, I think so.
And the expectations are high.
I think so.
And getting higher. It's it's growing. It's not getting smaller.
Yeah.
Even with bachelorette parties.
Exactly. I was going to say, even like the pregame.
Yeah. They're going let's crazy. Go
to Cabo.
Europe. Like, yeah. You're like, yeah. Who's able to do that? You know? Like, I'm already paying to be in this wedding.
I'm like, let's just go get a hotel and like.
No, exactly.
Get coffee.
Like, let's. Like, yeah. Do something simple. No. They want to go.
They want to go hard.
All out. Mm-hmm. So that is something to think about.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer for it, but it just, I think it really does come down to the TikTok world.
Yeah.
The expectations on TikTok, every party, it's got to look, exceptional, flawless. And so people look at that and they're like, that's what I want. But they don't realize it costs an arm and a leg. And first of all, a lot of these influencer people get thrown this stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. So anyway, something to think about.
They aren't working for it.
No. Yeah. They're not necessarily paying for all of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, we got your reactions or responses to these, so we're going to go through some of them. Basically, what we're asking is like, what is realistic versus what is not? Like, what is super unrealistic when it comes to a wedding? Because like, okay, for me, like I have no problem with telling somebody I can't commit to being in your wedding.
Yeah.
And I've done that a few times where either I knew I wouldn't have the time or I wasn't in the place to like buy the dress, make the expense, whatever. Also, I think it comes down to the friend of yours. If she's like,
how close you are.
Well, not even that. Oh. Just how many expectations does she have? Like, does she really want you there for her day? Or like, is she going to be disappointed if you can't make it to the week-long bachelorette trip in Europe?
Yeah, exactly. So you're saying if that is her personality, don't commit to the wedding.
Yeah. Like if you're going to disappoint her by opting out of some stuff that you just can't either afford or make time for.
Right.
Because of your life or the season that you're in. Like,
maybe tell them up front.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do all these things.
And like, don't hold it against me.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of your wedding and support you as best I can.
Yeah.
But like some stuff is not going to happen for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you want to read first?
Okay. What was the first question we put out there?
Unrealistic. Does that seem to make sense?
Yes. Okay. Unrealistic. That's what it starts with. Throw every party, coordinate gifts, anything extra wise, money wise. Mm-hmm. So kind of what I just said too is just.
Also, I think sometimes it's like you ask somebody to be your maid of honor and then they don't actually coordinate the stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like the bridesmaids who are now like trying to throw the party or plan the decor or like pay for everything. And like they're not getting a lot of support from the maid of honor because she's just like maybe like the sister or something.
Yeah.
And she's just like, oh, I'm going to be there. But like, I also have a million kids and whatever.
Exactly.
I don't have time for this. And so other people are now taking that responsibility. I don't know. It gets tricky.
Yeah, it really does. Because then you're like, how did this responsibility fall on me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
and then when it turns into like all this other stuff, like, and then they almost like send you a bill. Like
literally,
hey, here's all the decor we bought like, with no one's permission. You're like,
yeah.
Okay, like I'm paying to be on this trip, so I'm paying my share of the hotel. I'm paying for the dress. I'm paying for my makeup. I'm paying for travel and days off of work.
Yeah.
And now like y'all went and bought all this food and decor and stuff. I
didn't ask you to do it.
I didn't ask you to do it. Now you're sending me a bill for it.
Right. You're like,
I'm like, that was really in your heart. Like,
should have told me. First of all, all expenses should be up front.
100%.
Like that is just non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Don't be surprising people with, backhanded things.
Backdoor expense.
Exactly. Yeah. Like that just is my biggest pet peeve.
Yeah. No, that's pretty bad. This person says too much is costly dresses and extravagant destination bachelorette weekends. Yep. I mean, I kind of want to say what's a costly dress because for me, like I'm more of a cheap person in general. Like I don't know. I think I told the people in my wedding, I was like, get whatever dress you want in this like pretty broad color hue. I was like, get anything in the pink family and whatever dress you want but like, I'm not saying buy this one.
Yeah.
Whatever. Mm-hmm. But like, what do you think is a reasonable amount to pay for a dress? I feel like it's like under $300, which is kind of like crazy.
It is a lot when you think about it.
Yeah.
But that has been consistently about what I've paid in weddings.
Yeah.
And I've been in a good bit.
We need to be in the bridesmaids dress business because they are making a killing.
They really are. There was one wedding I was in, and actually we did like a dress.
Yeah.
Because it was the dress that she wanted us to wear, but it was like you had to rent it. And then recently Matthew was in a wedding also. He had to rent the tux.
Right.
But the craziest part was, okay, he was in the wedding.
Yeah.
And literally the people knew when the wedding was. Mm-hmm. And it had to be returned like a day after, and we were still away for this wedding.
Oh gosh.
So that was crazy. I was like, it should be longer than that.
Yeah. Peter's been in a wedding where he did the rental tux thing, but it was like you ship it back instead of you have to go to Men's Warehouse or whatever.
Yeah. No, but we had to ship it back. But
I think maybe like $120 to rent it.
Exactly. I think it was more than that, but still.
Yeah, I mean, this was a long time ago prices.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah.
I was like, so maybe double that.
Can you imagine? Because like it's going to get even more.
I was talking to somebody recently who is a bridesmaid, and they were like stressing out so much about trying to find the right shoes for the wedding.
No.
And I'm like, okay, you're a bridesmaid though.
Right.
Like literally nobody cares.
No one's looking at your shoes. I've never gone to a wedding and looked at the shoes.
Unless like everybody's wearing short dresses, which is so rare.
Right. And then it's also like only if they were special. Yeah,
they're not special at all. Exactly. Like you're wearing nudes.
Exactly. Like they're pretty neutral.
Don't buy anything new.
No.
You're crazy.
Was it pressure from the bride, or she was just putting pressure on herself?
Pressure herself. Yeah. I'm like, you're a bridesmaid. Like,
no.
This is not your event. You don't have to stress out about that.
No. My biggest regret, and I hope to not do it in the future, is buying uncomfortable shoes.
Yeah.
And having to be in them for so long. Like, if you're in the wedding,
I agree.
That could be half the day.
I agree.
No.
You're living in those.
You are.
Oh my gosh.
Is it me?
Yep. Okay. I think maybe. I don't know.
All right. They said mindful that it's your big day and their budget shouldn't suffer from that. I guess for that.
Yeah.
You know, like if someone can't accommodate with their budget, that's just can't be a problem.
Right.
You know, like you either want them in the wedding or you don't. And if they can't do all of those things, which is a reasonable thing to say, like I can't afford.
I've seen
in this economy.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen people on TikTok post like their horror stories about like whatever. And one girl was like, can't you just budget for this? And she's like, but I have like bills. Like I have
literally.
I'm telling you, it's not in the budget. And she was like, can't you just open a new credit card and put it on the card?
Oh no, we're dealing with like something else.
Like I'm not going to be in the wedding.
No, that's absolutely crazy actually. Because the thing about it is, okay.
It's like if you want them in the wedding that bad, like pay for their way.
Can't you budget for that?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Can't you put that in the budget? Can't you open a new credit
card? If it's so imperative to you for everybody to be there, like, will you buy their dinner? Will you buy their plane ticket? I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, thank you. First of all, maybe you shouldn't even be friends with them.
Okay, this person says, it's realistic to show up to showers, be ready to help, and make her day easy. It's unrealistic to have a whole weekend bachelorette trip out of state on top of the money for the day of. It's so much.
Yeah. Now, if you can do it, that's fine. But it's like, it shouldn't be what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you have to do it if you're in my wedding.
Okay, so like, it used to be, I get what you're saying, because it used to be like the bachelorette night. Like it was like a night.
Yeah.
And now it's like a whole weekend.
It's a whole weekend.
Or a week.
Literally.
Which is crazy.
It's shocking. And I mean, that's what I was saying earlier. It's getting bigger and bigger, larger and larger.
And you're not just driving an hour and a half to like the nearest cool town.
No.
Town. You're flying somewhere.
Right. I'm like, if I have to fly, I'm probably not going. I want to, but here's the thing for me. This is just another thing. One, I'm very picky with who I go on trips with.
Yeah, that should be.
Two, I don't love a big group scenario. You know, where I'm going like this bachelorette thing. So personally, I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money to go on a trip where I'm sharing a bed with a random stranger.
No.
Potentially, you know?
Exactly.
So
if I'm going to pay for a lot, like I want my own room or something.
So I'd rather spend the money on a vacation I pick.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm like, you got to make it, like if I can drive, fine. But I can't be taking flights.
No.
I'm so sorry.
No.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that's crazy.
It really is. Okay. Dresses, style, and color should be flattering to each girl. That one's tough.
It is tough.
Because
I agree, though.
But in an ideal world, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's possible. Maybe, well, a lot of people today are doing more like pick your own.
Yeah.
You know, which I think is probably going to be helpful to be flattering in. But sometimes you're stuck with a color.
Right.
Which is not your color.
Well,
you know?
True. But you can still do a lot with the style of
tell you how many light pinks I've been in. And that's just not particularly my best color.
I think you wore light pink to my wedding.
I did. That was my fault. I mean,
I'm like, I'm going to tell you to.
No, I had a dress. I was like, I can wear this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, okay,
but
you did it to yourself.
I did. But again, it's just not my best color.
You're like, again, I've had a lot of light pink, so I did have it on hand.
Exactly. Yeah. But I can get away with it. I can, as long as I like put on makeup and, you know. Yeah. But what I'm saying is it's not my best color.
Yeah.
You know, ideally I want my best color.
Right.
But that just may not always happen. You know? So, but if it can be flattering on everyone, that is the best.
I want people to look good.
Yes. I was in a wedding once, and the tiniest of all the bridesmaids picked the wedding dress.
Oof.
The dress.
No, don't tell me it's like a bodycon.
It was a tight one, and I was not prepared for it.
Yeah.
And it only looked good on like the tiniest one.
Oh no.
No, they looked good on, like they looked fine.
You're outing the whole group. You're like,
but it wasn't.
Let me tell you.
It's just not, it's literally for skin and bone type of, you know, like there's just certain outfits like I'm never ever going to be
like
able to pull
silk.
off. Yes. Yeah. Like
silk
because
drapery.
of my upper parts, I will never be able to wear certain things. It's kind of like that, where this is just not going to be for most body types.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And they thought it was amazing because they looked good in it.
Because it just drapes their bones so nicely.
Exactly.
It doesn't cling.
It didn't.
It doesn't cling to their more supple parts.
Exactly. The rest of us did not have the space that they did.
No.
So anyway, you know, ideally I wanted to look good on everybody.
Yeah, you'd think.
But it doesn't always happen.
Okay.
I would say more often than
not.
Yeah. Okay. This person said, hairstyles and makeup should be flattering to each girl, not just matching.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Because their hairstyles.
Yeah.
Please don't make me wear my hair up.
No, I know.
You know,
and in the same thing. Yeah. Yes. In the same situation.
Like I'll do a half up. I love down.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is, I don't think I look bad with my hair up, but because it's not my everyday normal, that's how I look at myself usually. When I have to wear my hair up, I'm like, that's not my best look, you know? So, it's just nice when you can choose.
This one says, brides who require the bridesmaids to pay for hair and makeup.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of extra, right?
Okay. Do you mean by require, you mean like, I want you to get your hair and makeup done.
Here's my person.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
You can't do it yourself.
Right.
And here's the person and it's this amount. Yeah, that would be terrible. I don't think I've been involved in a wedding like that. It's usually like an option.
Right.
That's intense.
I'd be like, I'm good.
Well, especially because, okay, so I was in a wedding recently and they did offer hair and makeup and you could choose, you could do one or the other or none, you know, and I chose to just do the makeup because if I did both, it was going to be like so much money. Yeah. But I like having my makeup done. Right. Like if I'm in a wedding, I'm going to be taking pictures. I'm like, I want to look dolled up. Glammed. But I knew that I could like have my hair done in a different way or something like that. So,
you know, they're going to want to put it up.
I had a friend that could do my hair.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah. It always is great to have a good hair friend.
It is. Yes. Truly. That's all I have for that question.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. No. Sorry. I have some DMs.
I think the other question can kind of go into it, too. Is it my turn or your turn?
I think it's mine.
Okay. You can go.
Okay. Someone wrote in and they said, the question was, have you ever been in a wedding where the bride had some crazy expectations? This person said no, but I was the maid of honor and a bridesmaid was mad that she wasn't the maid of honor. So she tried to one-up me in everything I planned and did for the bride.
Oh, that's
awkward.
That is awkward.
That is uncomfy.
She's trying to dethrone you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, first of all, what shocks me about certain things like that is you don't know your place.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know where you stand with someone.
Yeah.
You thought you were higher up than her actual best friend that she chose to be the maid of honor. Yeah. You know, that's always what gets me. I'm like, I feel like I know where my place is in relationships for the most part, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. You'd think. This person says, I've been a bridesmaid 14 times, so I have seen a variety of requests. What always feels right for me as a bridesmaid, as far as bridesmaids' duties, is paying for the dress and the shoes and having it early enough to not cause the bride stress, and being available for the wedding weekend, which is rehearsal and wedding day, for any setup, celebrating, or cleanup.
Yeah.
I think anything extra that you can pull off, such as the bachelorette weekend, dress shopping, matching pajamas, custom shirts, etc., is very fun, but in some seasons it is not necessary.
Yeah. Agreed.
Again, that comes back to the initial conversation of like just the bride's expectations. I think, are you wanting me for every shebang? And are you going to be disappointed if your whole group is not matching pajamas, shopping for your wedding dress with you,
right?
Going on a bachelorette weekend, because this person's saying like, I'm here for your day. I'm going to support you. I'm going to get the dress. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to come early, stay late, whatever.
Yeah.
But like all the other stuff, I'm not.
No. And like, so again, I was in a wedding recently.
Yeah.
And she did want us all to have these like matching outfits on the wedding day, but she bought them for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, so kind of she didn't have to do that. Yeah. But you know, if that is your dream and your desire, you have to kind of prepare yourself to do something like that, or you just may not get everyone being able to do it.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just like another added thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone also wrote in, and it's kind of got some details of like just wedding stuff, bridesmaid stuff. Okay.
I love it.
I love my bridesmaids. One was my best friend of 25 years, whose first child was due on my wedding day. Wow. People are often having their own lives.
How old was this person?
Maybe she was... I don't know.
Okay.
People are often having their own lives while the bride is planning her wedding. That is so true. You know, people are doing their own thing. Figure. And let's say it's in half the year, the middle of the year, you get engaged. You're like, okay, I'm having the wedding at the end of this year. They've already planned things. Yeah. They've already paid for things, you know? And I think just me, if you're a bride wanting to celebrate with your bridesmaids, consider who they are to you outside the wedding and don't create pressure-filled situations, expensive trips, expecting bougie things that may sour things going on for others. I will say I wanted to celebrate with my loved ones and not just be celebrated by them. That said, on my wedding day, things started to fall apart. My matron of honor was having her baby, and my maid of honor saved the day along with all the other bridesmaids. They all were incredible, and I loved them and love them now. That's good. She loves them now.
She saved the day. I I heard save the date. And I was like, save the date for something else? Like, gosh.
She saved the day.
Okay.
And then she said, I also have been maid of honor 4 times and a bridesmaid several others. I would say very carefully, the most unreasonable thing that has ever been asked of me is to relax and also not giving me a schedule. That'd be tough, actually. The not, you're like, what am I doing today?
Yeah.
Like, what do you expect of me?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. This other person was just giving context for some stuff that they have been asked to do. Okay. They said on average, they feel like the usual bachelorette trip is at least 4 days. And
wow.
$150 to $300 for a dress, which I agree. And then just one crazy thought is that during a bachelorette trip, I think a destination trip, there was just a dinner that was $200 a plate that they were all expected to buy.
That is crazy.
It could be heartburn.
One, like, that would make me nauseous because let's say you are not alone.
Yeah.
Like, you're married. Everything doubles when you're married.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, you're no longer just paying for one thing. When you were paying for one thing, you're like, that was really no big deal. Like, I can pay for one thing.
Yeah.
When you're married, you're like, oh,
doubling the flight
doubling
tickets, doubling everything. Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Holy moly. That's $400 for a dinner.
Yeah.
Which you've probably never spent on yourself
for
an anniversary, let alone a wedding. I mean, like, I can't.
Somebody else's wedding. Yeah,
I don't know what I would do. I think I'd have to not come to that dinner.
I think I'm not.
Like,
after taking a week off of work, flying somewhere.
No, absolutely not. Okay, I don't remember what the second question was, but I have some write-ins for that. Okay. I was required to purchase $200 shoes, so we all matched after I ordered 2 dresses because she told me the wrong color. Had the text to prove it, couldn't return the other one.
I'm furious.
First of all,
I'm furious.
How does that happen? Like, you know, did you really not realize that, or like what happened there? I'm not saying you're evil, but how did you forget? How'd you give the wrong color?
No.
I don't. And then $200 shoes. What did they look like? I need to know.
Literally.
Please tell me what they look. Show me a picture. Because they had to have had pearls on them. Lined pearls or something. I don't know. Diamonds. Because why on earth would you need everybody to buy these $200 shoes?
No, that's crazy.
And first of all, okay, who's gonna know that these are $200 shoes? You know.
Also, like, what did the dress look like? Was it covering the shoes?
Literally.
Please.
Oh, that would make me so mad.
Yeah.
Okay, and then someone else also said all the bridesmaids had to wear blue eyeshadow.
I mean, go off. Is this Y2K?
Is this like the 80s?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I remember I love blue eyeshadow. It was like the first one I ever got.
That is so
And
funny.
I love blue every day.
Wow.
But I was 11.
Yeah, you were a grown adult about to get married and needing your bridesmaids to wear blue eyeshadow.
I want to pop out the blue eyeshadow and see if it looks so good on me.
Yeah. Honestly, I have to be like, can I do this?
Right?
Because that does not... doesn't sound good to me.
Sounds like were they also wearing the black like chokers? Like, because that feels like it would go together.
Exactly. Oh god,
a silk dress and some wedge platforms. Like,
literally, weddings can just be so.
Were they wearing jellies?
Okay, I just saw there's a whole jelly store.
Really?
And they've apparently made them more comfortable.
Yeah. Do you still get blisters?
Apparently not.
Okay.
Anyway.
I love jellies, but the blisters.
Exactly. That's exactly what the lady was telling me.
They would kill.
She was like, they made it better material because one of the complaints, obviously, with jellies is that you get blisters. I'm like, yeah.
So bad.
And she was like
the worst blisters of your life.
They did look like they would be better.
Wow.
So I don't know. I think people are wearing socks with them these days.
Socks? Not with the jellies. Yes. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay. We also did a poll.
Yes.
And this was interesting to me because I think I asked Kelly one time, I'm like, hearing all these stories, like, do you think that being in a wedding is almost like the kiss of death for friendship? Because it's like, it's almost like once you are in somebody's wedding, a lot of times, like you guys, that was the last time you talked. Yeah. So we asked a question like, do you feel like you're less close to somebody after you've been in their wedding? So my poll results were 78% of people said they are less close to them, and 22% said it stayed the same. And then for yours, 73% said they're less close, and 27% said it stayed the same. And I just wonder, like, how much of that had to do with, this is our last hurrah, like, I asked you to be a bridesmaid because you've been my friend so long.
Right. Yes.
And then there's really, it was a lot of effort. Maybe there's not really a reason to continue after that. Or is it just that marriage is a life change and you don't have time to hang out with them? Maybe you move. Maybe you're just in a different
I think it also can be season of life. Like these were the friends that were in that season. And you can even think they'll be with me forever. Yeah. You know, it's pretty much like, you know how high schoolers are like, oh, like these are my friends forever. We'll never part. But then you know that that's probably not true just because you were friends out of convenience. Right. You probably wouldn't make the friends with them. Right. In a similar way, it can be like that. In your season of life, you've been friends with these people, but then you move, life changes, and the convenience of that friendship is no longer there. Also, I've just noticed more and more the people that people marry, like, really change them. Yeah, that's true. You know, like, before, I've just seen it, and this is kind of random, but I've seen it 2 times this year with, like, politically, like whoever they married, like I know they used to be kind of more on the other side. Yes. And now I see, like, since they've been married, they're like very the other side. Yes. And I'm like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Like, your spouse does change your interests. Right. They can influence and like who you are. Yeah. Just like any relationship can be influencing to what you think. But yeah, I've seen that too. And I'm like, ooh, sometimes it's not in the best direction. Yeah. There's been 2 I've been pleased with, but I'm just saying, I'm like, wow, their husband really got them on track. Yeah. But then others, like they got them off track. Yeah. Yeah. It's not always a man. No. But I've just been like, that was the moment that switched them over because they weren't always like this. No. But yeah, it's kind of funny. It's true. Kind of funny to think about. But yeah, it does change you. So like, if you are expecting your friend to be like the same friend, it's not always the case. Probably not going to happen. Because their spouse will change them. Exactly. How much do you feel like I changed with getting married? You know? I don't really think you changed that much. Okay. I was just curious. Not that I can think of. There's nothing big that stands out to me. If anything, it's like what I'm down to like go do. Yeah. Because like I'm not like we spend every night together. So like I'm not going to go on some trip and like spend the night with you. Yeah, like, exactly. We're not going to go on a girls trip out of town, whatever. I'm just not going to do it because like we have this streak going and we're not breaking it. So I don't know. Yeah. Or like things that we'd probably opt out of because Peter's more introverted. Mm-hmm. You know. Mm-hmm. Where I'd be like, yeah, let's Christmas party with a bunch of people. He's like, like if 6 people are there, we're good. But like, not 20. Yeah, or 80 or whatever. Wow. So yeah. Yeah. What about me? I don't know. Exactly. It's hard to like think of scenario unless it's like blatantly obvious. You know, there's always going to be subtle changes, and so it's hard to pinpoint the subtle ones. Yeah. I would say, if anything... Now, I could say it for myself. I know what it is, but... Yeah, I was going to say, there's a little bit more... There was a new side unlocked. Yeah. Of, like, maybe, like, current events. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And by that, I mean, like, having an opinion on current events and, like, The thing is... Of my friends, I was the one that probably kept up with things the most. Uh-huh. But it still wasn't like, I'm going to go after it.
Right.
Now it's like, well, I will know about it whether I want to or not.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, we're having this conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. Because even like you and I, maybe we would talk about stuff every once in a while, like in our 10 years of friendship. Yeah. Like literally, we're kind of talking about this in our lore episode. But like, you were married when we were like,
exactly.
So what's your thoughts on?
But that also came with the times.
Well, true.
I think.
But I was like, I didn't really know where you
weren't. Unless that was just like your absolute thing, I don't think a lot of people were necessarily bringing that up in friendships. Like it was more lighthearted, and then life happened, and we were like, hold up.
Yeah,
what do we think about this?
Yeah,
we really need to think about this. You know?
Yeah,
I think before that you could get away with not.
Yeah, it's true, and you're like, yeah,
and then life happened. Like, yikes.
I'm like, well, we gotta take a stand.
Yeah,
so anyway, it worked out nicely for us, but.
Literally.
Yeah.
Thought we were on the same page.
Yeah.
Could have gone the opposite.
It could have. Could have been intense.
It really could have. Mm-hmm. We had a few from the Honesty Club. They kind of reiterate certain things. Okay. One person said, just to be part of the wedding, represent the VIP of the couple. I don't really know what she means by the VIP of the couple. The VIP.
That's the question. Represent the VIP of the couple. Just to be part of the wedding, represent the VIP of the couple.
I've been trying to figure it out this whole time.
Well, we're not sure. Let's try again.
Okay. And I guess it's talking about the expectations again.
Okay.
Buy their own dress, but also offer to help them financially if they want it.
I'm sorry.
I think the bride is... you're saying the bride should do that.
Yes. I have a question for you.
Okay.
If you were to have to go to a destination wedding...
Yeah.
And maybe like a bachelorette trip...
Yeah.
And pay for a lot of things...
Yeah.
Let's say it's just one of the heftier weddings where like there's a lot of events, activities, matching, whatever.
Absolutely.
Would you buy them a wedding gift? Or is that the wedding gift that I was present for all of this?
That is a good question. I think...
Because I would just be like, that was your gift.
Literally. Honestly, probably. But knowing myself, I probably would maybe do something really small.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my answer.
I'm like, if they're expecting a gift on top of that, like, what do you...
Exactly. The thing is, will they know if they got a gift from you or not?
I don't know. Yeah.
Because you were so involved and around, it's like things get like...
Yeah, it gets murky.
They do. So I don't know.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
That's
all.
Basically all I was wondering.
Okay. All right. And then the final two. Person said, help around day of the wedding.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely think you should. Do what you can.
Yeah.
Assistance to the maid of honor, mother of the groom, and bride.
Oh, Lord, I've never taken care of the mother of the groom. No.
Yeah, I mean, you're lucky if you even see her that day.
Yeah.
She's doing other
bottom
thing.
of the barrel. No kidding, but kind of.
She's off doing something
She's welcome,
else,
but she's not like, I don't.
Yeah.
The bridesmaids don't need to go assist her.
Right. Can we even find her? You know, like, I don't know where she is. She's probably with the groom's area.
She's crying somewhere. Like, she's okay. My baby. Not okay.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, like, if the mother of the bride is around and she needs help or something. Like,
the mother of the bride, that's different. Because she's probably getting ready with y'all.
Yeah. And then, well, the mother of the bride... The mother of the groom, she also might be getting ready with you, so you could be friendly, you can be helpful if you want. But again, I don't know if that's a requirement.
I don't think so at all.
I mean, even the mother of the bride.
I think they take care of each other.
Let's focus on the bride, and they're probably trying to take care of the bride also. The main focus is the bride.
Yeah. I just make sure they're good, and like, you're helping clean up or set up.
Exactly.
On that day.
Exactly.
And you're just around for whatever. You're going to be where you need to be, so you're not missing pictures.
Yeah.
And you're going to be on top of the schedule and stuff.
Right.
But
yeah. Exactly.
Other than that, you're having a good time.
Yeah, for sure. You hope you're having a good time.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Some more than others.
Think it is. Nobody wants to be called a bridezilla.
No.
But if you have a lot of expectations and really want everybody to be there for everything and like spending the kind of money that you want to spend on your wedding,
you will be.
That's how you become a bridezilla. I'm sorry to say. And if you really want it that bad, like offer to pay their way.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way I think it's feasible for some people.
Exactly.
Especially when they have kids and
lives. Families. Yeah.
If you're like young, free as can be, everybody's single.
Right. Yeah.
It's different.
Do what you got to do, but
you all have disposable income.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can do it.
Exactly.
But when there's some other people who have jobs, lives, kids, spouses,
it gets harder.
Their income is not disposable.
No.
Like ever.
No.
Pretty much. So.
That's when you're like, how in the world do they do it all?
Yeah. You got to be like, time is the gift, or like, I really want them there for that day.
Yeah.
And also, I'll just say, I don't think there's anything wrong with kind of treating the expectation of your wedding to be, I'm like honoring the friendships that I have had up until this point. And if we're not besties after this,
it's okay.
It is okay.
Yeah. You got to let it go. Cause I mean, I just feel like,
it
happens a lot.
Oh yeah.
Inevitably.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
So you got to just kind of be like, this is what got me to this point, and now I'm going to have this new life.
Yeah. And that's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's so true. You have to accept it.
Yeah.
I can think of 3 people right now, including myself, that's happened to.
Oh yeah.
And I know that there's more.
Oh yeah.
So
there's at least, I mean, someone in every they're okay. Also, just the people that you invite to your wedding.
Yes.
There are so many people who we invited to our wedding, and that is the last time we have seen them.
Exactly. Never to be seen again.
Never to be seen again.
No, it is so true. And then in my case, because I moved,
and sometimes like you don't even get a gift from them, and you're like, good night.
Literally.
Okay.
In my case, there's that, but then there's also like
you moved. Yeah.
Oh, there's people that I wish were at my wedding, but I didn't know you.
Yes, exactly.
They're my friends now. So
exactly.
Yeah, it can just go either way. So
yeah. Matthew wasn't at our wedding. He wasn't around yet.
So wild.
I know. Weird. And it wasn't that long afterward.
No.
But anyway, I just think, kind of, and don't overestimate, like, just speaking as the bride, like, don't think everybody's going to be so crushed if they're not at your wedding. Because there are some people that were like, oh, we think we kind of have to invite them. Yeah. And that is the last time we ever saw their face.
Exactly. And then also, if you're the, guest or could potentially be the guest, don't expect that you will be invited. Like, sometimes you just may not because it's a smaller budget, whatever.
Smaller wedding. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
And don't invite yourself. I'm so sorry.
Never assume. Now, what is weird, and this happened... this happened just maybe once or twice, but like we'll be like married and only one of us gets invited to the wedding.
What? Are you joking me?
I'm like, okay, I get that the budget's tight, but like what?
Did they not realize you're married?
I'm just gonna say it was just one time that this happened, but it was kind of like
one time is enough.
Yeah.
One time too many.
Yeah, I was like, wow. All right.
That I've never heard of that one. I'm like, yeah, maybe if you're dating.
Sure.
But married?
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, okay.
Like, I guess you're going.
I was like, Peter, have fun. I don't know. I was not invited.
That is so wild.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
That's going to be a no for me.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, those are our thoughts on bridesmaids and your thoughts.
Yeah. Thanks for writing in, sending your thoughts.
Yeah.
Their details.
Next time I want horror stories.
Honestly, that'd be fun.
That would be fun. A lot of stuff gets... We should have our photographer on just for a tell-all.
I bet she has
she would always like whip people into shape.
She would.
Yeah.
Yeah. She She knew what she was doing.
Yeah, she did. She was really.
We should have her on. That'd be so. She's hilarious too.
Yeah, she's really commanding. Mm-hmm. She's getting people in shape. And telling them what to do, and
I'm sure she has amazing stories too.
Yeah, she's
good, bad, and the ugly.
She's like the coordinator / photographer.
Literally,
and she's like, I'll handle it. You're like, okay,
that's true.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
we'll see you guys next time, and until then, have a great week.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening today. Make sure that you're following us at Honesty Club Podcast on Instagram, or check out our website, thehonestyclub.com, to be a part of future episodes.
You can submit an idea for a topic or write in with a story for us to share.
If you like this episode, make sure to subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts, leave us a review, or share it with a friend.
See you next Thursday.